Hare Krishna devotees, welcome to Shloka Day. Today Shloka number 23 of chapter 10. Rudranam Shankaraschasmi
Rudranam Shankarashchasmi
Vittesho Yaksha Rakshasam
Teshu Yaksha Rakshasam
Vasunam Pavakaschasmi
Vasunam Pavakaschasmi
Meru Shikharinamaham.
Meru Shikharinama.
Word for word meaning, translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Rudranam,
Rudranam,
of all the Rudras.
of all the Rudras.
Shankaraha,
Shankaraha,
Lord Shiva.
Lord Shiva.
Cha,
also.
Asmi,
Asmi,
I am.
I am.
Vitta Ishaha,
Vitta Ishaha,
the Lord of the treasury of the demigods.
the Lord of the treasury of the demigods.
Yaksha Rakshasam,
Yaksha Rakshasam,
of the Yakshas and Rakshasas.
of the Yakshas and Rakshasas.
Vasunam,
Vasunam,
of the Vasus.
of the Vasus.
Pavakaha,
Pavakaha,
fire.
fire.
Cha,
also.
Asmi,
Asmi,
I am.
I am.
Meruhu,
Meruhu,
Meru.
Meru.
Shikharinam,
Shikarinam,
of all mountains.
of all mountains.
Aham,
Aham,
I am.
I am.
Translation. Of all the Rudras, I am Lord Shiva.
Of all the Rudras, I am Lord Shiva.
Of the Yakshas and Rakshasas, I am the Lord of wealth.
Of the Yakshas and Rakshasas, I am the Lord of wealth.
Kuvera.
Kuvera.
Of the Vasus, I am fire.
Of the Vasus, I am fire.
Agni.
Agni.
And of mountains, I am Meru.
And of mountains, I am Meru.
So the Lord is continuing to describe how he is present in this material universe in the form of his energies. And Prabhupada has written a very short purport. We'll read the purport and then go into other commentaries on this particular shloka. There are 11 Rudras, of whom Shankara, Lord Shiva, is predominant. He is the incarnation of the Supreme Lord in charge of the mode of ignorance in the universe. The leaders of the Yakshas and Rakshasas is Kuvera, the master treasurer of the demigods. And he is a representation of the Supreme Lord. Meru is a mountain famed for its rich natural resources. So this is Prabhupada's purport, very short and sweet. Let's look at a little bit more details behind the 11 Rudras and the Vasus, etc. The Rudras are the 11 forms of Lord Shiva. Hara, Bahurupa, Triyambaka, Aparajita, Vishakapi, Shankara, Kaparti, Raivata, Mrigavyadha, Sarva, Kapali. The Puranas have named them differently in different places. So these 11 Rudras have 11 different names. Amongst these, Shankar is the original form of Lord Shiva in the universe. Yakshas, semi-celestial beings, are beings who are very fond of acquiring wealth and hoarding it. Their leader, Kuber, is the god of wealth and the treasurer of the celestial gods. He thus reflects the vibhuti of God amongst the demons. There are 8 Vasus: land, water, fire, air, space, sun, moon, and stars. They constitute the gross structure of the universe. Amongst these, Agni, fire, gives warmth and energy to the rest of the elements. Thus, Sri Krishna mentions it as his special manifestation. Meru is a mountain in the celestial abodes, famed for its rich natural resources. It is believed to be the axis around which many heavenly bodies rotate. Sri Krishna thus speaks of it as his glory. As wealth distinguishes a wealthy person, these glories reveal the vibhutis of God. Coming to Chaitanya Charan Prabhu's commentary. In the beginning of creation, Brahmaji created Kumaras and told them to create progeny. And Kumaras denied. So because of his anger, Rudra came out of his forehead in between the eyebrows, and then Rudra expanded to 11 expansions. So most prominent among them is Shankara. So Krishna is telling, I am that Shankara. Again, this doesn't mean that Krishna and Shiva are the same. There are some commentators. There is a famous Kashmiri scholar, Abhinav Gupta. He tried to interpret the whole Bhagavad Gita and to prove that Shiva is the Supreme Personality of God. Now, whatever one does, there is no reference to Shiva in the whole Bhagavad Gita apart from this, which is the 23rd shloka of the 10th chapter. And in the 11th chapter, in the Vishwarupa Darshan, Shiva is also one of the devatas who is seen in the universal form. So it is completely futile attempt to prove that Lord Shiva is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The person who is saying, Aham Sarvasya Prabhavo is Krishna. So here the meaning is Shankar's power comes from me. So become attracted to me. Vittesho Yaksha Rakshasam. Yaksha and Raksha are also part of the universal existence. They are considered a little bit Rajasic and Tamasic. Yakshas are considered a little bit negative, but they are presided by Kubera. So Kubera is the good one among the bad ones in one sense. That makes him attractive, and he is the treasurer of the Devatas. So I am that Kubera. Vasunam pavakaschasmi. There are different kinds of fire. There are different vasus, which are part of the universal family, and one of them is Agni. So I am that Agni. Meru Shikarinamaham. So there are many mountains. Among them, I am Meru. So again, the point is, there are various manifestations. They are all simply reflecting the Lord's glory. So this is how we slowly begin to understand how to appreciate the vibhutis of the Lord. The Lord is present everywhere. Yesterday, when we were discussing the Srimad Bhagavatam verse, Prabhupada writes in one of his lectures in London that actually even the material world is spiritual, because everything belongs to the Supreme Lord. In that sense, the material world is experienced as being a-spiritual because we are under the influence of the three gunas. Otherwise, because this is also the Lord's creation, it is pure. So everything in the material universe is simply a manifestation of the Lord's different energies. So this is how you have to remember the Lord is describing his vibhutis in order to answer the question of Arjuna, how can I remember you all the time? So when we look at Lord Shiva, we can remember Krishna. When we ever read about Kubera or think about Kubera, we can think that is also coming from Lord Krishna. Fire is Lord Krishna. Of all the mountains, Krishna says, I am Mount Meru. So like this, one can constantly remember Krishna.
If you like our videos, please subscribe to our channel and turn on the bell notification. If you'd like to join our classes every day, please check the details in the description section of this video. We look forward to serving you.